As the Biden administration plays defense after the president broke his promise to Americans not to pardon his son Hunter. Bipartisan outrage boiling over following President Biden's controversial decision to pardon Hunter for any and all potential crimes dating back to 2014. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the latest from D.C. this morning. Tom, good morning to you. Democrats with some choice words for the president over this decision.
That's right. Good morning, Markie. Here on Capitol Hill today, we might hear some more Democrats coming out against this decision by President Joe Biden to pardon his own son, Hunter Biden. But the White House team sharing some new details about all of this, saying that President Biden really agonized allegedly over this decision. But as we heard from Congressman Greg Stanton right here on NewsNation, some believe he made the wrong choice.
This is the exact same argument that Donald Trump is going to make about his own prosecution. I do not think that Donald Trump was a victim of a political prosecution. These were serious felonies that he were charged with, and a jury of his peers convicted him. And it's the exact same situation with Hunter Biden.
And Stanton wasn't alone. Senator Gary Peters, a Democrat from Michigan, calling the decision an improper use of power that erodes trust in our government and emboldens others to bend justice to suit their interests. We've also seen other Democrats come forward, including Congressman Steve Cohen from Tennessee, pushing lawmakers to pass legislation to sort of limit the power of the presidential pardon, saying that the pardon shouldn't apply to presidents themselves, their family members, or anyone else where there might be a conflict of interest, Markie.
Yeah, it's really been a mixed bag of reaction, right, of disapproval, also some understanding. Tom, some Republican lawmakers actually showing the president some sympathy while still coming out against this move.
That's right. A little surprising to hear that. But we've spoken to some Republicans here on Capitol Hill who say they support President Joe Biden's decision to grant this pardon towards his son. But they've come out very much against those previous comments from President Biden, saying that he would not use the pardon, and obviously going back on his word. Take a listen.
If it was my son, I'd pardon him too. But here's what I didn't like. Don't lie to us. Don't tell us you're not going to do it and then do it. That's not what a president should be like.
But the White House team has not backed down during all this, saying it believes politics infected the legal process and that Hunter Biden was singled out and would continue to be targeted by the second Trump administration. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre telling reporters one of the reasons the president did the pardon is because it didn't seem like his political opponents would let go of it, and it didn't seem like they would move on. And while this is all playing out on Capitol Hill, we're also seeing a bit of a legal battle. This is kind of more some of the legal proceedings, if you will, proceedings applying to that. But on one side, we have the special counsel coming out saying that the charges against Hunter Biden should not be dismissed as a result of this pardon. The proceedings should simply come to an end. And the special counsel saying that this pardon doesn't necessarily absolve guilt when it applies to Hunter Biden, Markie.
Tom Dempsey, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.